Good morning, everyone. I'm Martin Flett, and I'm joined by Gary Williams for the final day of competition here at this wonderful 2023 European Equipped Powerlifting Championships from Tisted in Denmark. Great session ahead this morning, Gary.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic today. We've got a big day of lifting today in the final day. We've got the 76 women, followed straight in by another flight of the 84 and 84 pluses, and then of course this afternoon the men's 120 and 120 pluses. I mean, every day it's just gradually gotten better and better. We say it can't get better, and then the next day it just does get better.
And we're sure they're not going to let us down today, because just looking at the names in the 76s, I used to say before the weight classes changed, often the best class of the whole week was the women's 72s. And the women's 72s is effectively split into two. You got the 69s and the 76s.
Yep.
And if you think how good and dramatic the 69s were earlier, I mean, we started with 7, we finished with 3.
Well,
And now we got the other half of that, it's the 76s. And we have the first lifter to the stage, and it is from Denmark, Annemia Pretzman, and she is opening on 190 kilos.
you know, we talk about doing the work, we talk about not worrying about where you're nominated. You look at her projected nomination, she's nominated 5th, but the numbers are so close, she could easily be pushing up into the medals.
Yeah, difference between 5th and 3rd in prognosis is only 10 kilos. It only needs one decent jump, one missed
Yep.
lift, and all that changes. And just to let you know what we mean by prognosis or projected figures, when the lifters weigh in, they put in their openers for all 3 lifts, and those are added together to form the prognosis. And as they lift and make lifts, the prognosis changes upwards. So when you hear us talking about it during the day, that's what we mean. Now this is Carmen Kaljula from Estonia, and she too is opening on 190 kilos. And her prognosis is 10 kilos higher than Pretzman, and that's 2 places higher. That's how close we
It's
are.
such a tight field, the 76ers.
Oh, that was deep right at the end.
Plenty of power coming through.
And 2
Waiting
to
on the
1,
ref,
she
yep.
got called for depth by the referee on the far side. Referees today, the chief referee is from Denmark. Side referees are from Belgium and Bulgaria. The technical controller that you will see quite frequently as the lifters enter is from Romania. Next up, we've got Amy Spencer from Great Britain. Her PB is 200 kilos, and she is opening 197.5.
Made quite a few lifters from Great Britain yesterday, with some success as well.
Success, heartbreak, and what might have been.
It was a mixed bag yesterday, wasn't it?
Amy's an experienced lifter. Just wants to get this one on the board. Yeah, she gets called up, she has to fight, and that looks good from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, 3 whites, you can't beat that. No one's going to argue with that one.
And always that feeling of relief when you get the first equipped squat.
The first squat in the morning is one of the hardest to get out of the way.
Now Teresa Mastroianni, 202.5 kilos, 20 kilos below her personal best. We've said before how much Italian lifting has developed, particularly the women.
Yeah, it's coming a long way, and we see that through a lot of nations. The development of the sport, particularly in equipped as well.
Well, she's opening 20 kilos below her PB. That looked good. Oh, she's
Tough
having
through
to
the middle.
work so hard. No.
Oh, and just couldn't quite stand up there.
Oh, she did all the hard work. Did she just lose balance forward?
It looked like she lost balance. I mean, it was moving quite well. Yes, it was tough, but it was still moving. I'm not sure, maybe she just lost focus for a second. I think she just lost focus for a moment there. Just almost like there was a moment where...
Now, Friedevik, 32 years old now. Well, we've been doing this a long time because the first time I commented on Frida, she was still a junior.
And here she is, knocking out huge numbers in the opens.
Prognosis has her in second place. But as we've seen all week, prognosis is one thing, actually getting the lifts done can be quite another.
If she can put the lifts on today, she can put the pressure on.
Well, she's only 2.5 kilos below her PB. Oh, that looked really good. Well, she gets called for depth by one of the referees, but it's good, 2-1.
Quick into the bottom.
Now, Katja Brocksterman, Germany, last but one out, 7.5 kilos below her PB, 212.5 kilos on the bar. Have to say, occasionally our PB information is slightly out of date because of recent competitions. So this is Brocksterman. Look good.
Solid.
Yeah. And 3 white lights. And one more in the first round. And it's Marta Elverum from Norway. And she will basically win the squat gold with this lift, I would imagine.
Yeah, Marta needs to come in today and be really consistent, get these numbers on the board. And if she's not consistent, I mean, Friedevik can really put some pressure on her today. And of course, if you want to know more about the athletes and look up their history, you can always go to openipf.org and all the data is there.
Oh, wow.
Strong today.
3 white lights, looking good. Another great junior lifter that has evolved into a fantastic open lifter. Now, just a quick look at the scoreboard at the end of the first round. And as you can see, Elverum leads with 230 and probably already has squat gold. Brocksterman and Vic are the next best.
Yeah.
And Pressman first out in the second round. 200 kilos on the bar. This will be a 7.5 kilo PB for the Danish lifter.
Looking at Elverum's first squat today, she looks really fresh. She looks really good. And I think she's here on an absolute mission.
A lot of them, it's their first big competition of the year. So all the winter training, this is the first chance they've had to really come out and show their work. And she's been told to replace the bar.
Not locking the knee by the look of it. Just trying to...
Well, the clock is just still 30 seconds. No. Well, the clock on the screen is different to the clock on my information board. So let's go by the one on the screen. And she gets the command with 10 seconds to go.
Oh, just lost
I
balance
was
at the
wondering
top
about
there.
depth. But she lost balance at the top, as you say, and took the depth question out of the equation. Now, Carmen Kalula Estonia also going 200 kilos, still 12.5 kilos below her personal best.
Yeah, still a bit of room to move. And she ranked 4th in this competition last year. She'll be wanting to better that if she can. And she's certainly in the right position to do that today.
There's Margus Silvam lifting yesterday, coaching today.
She's good in the bottom there, isn't she?
Yeah. I
Drops
just
into
worry
it.
about the elbow position. She gets very close to the knees. We'll wait for the referees. Well,
2 to
one
1.
of them called it on depth, but she gets it 2 to 1. Look how close. Oh, they are outside the knees, yeah. Now, Amy Spencer, this will be a new personal best for Amy. 202 kilos on the bar, 2.5 kilos above her PB. Realistically, Amy won't be looking at medals, but it's about personal improvement, personal performance,
It is. I mean, she
and
put
lifting on such a big stage.
Yeah, she put on a 492 total, or 492 and a half total in the Arnold Classics in the UK last year, which was an improvement in the Europeans.
She likes it. 2 of the referees like it as well. Good lift.
You only need 2 of them to like it.
Now, Mastroianni, she missed her opener. Remember, she lost balance forward as she neared the top. But it was hard work to get there as well.
I think for her, she just needs to hit that hole a bit harder. Get the bounce out a bit more. Probably even look at shortening the way those wraps are done as well. Speed was better out of the bottom there.
Oh, that looks like a really good squat.
That was a lot better.
3 white lights.
You could see the difference in the speed out of the bottom.
Now, Frida Vick. This will be a PB for Frida. PB 212.5, 217.5 on the bar.
Of course, Frida is no stranger to the international competition. She's got plenty of European championships and world championships under her belt. She's got a big bag of gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals, you name it, she's got it.
But she's never squatted this much before.
She's having to work hard through the middle.
Oh, she certainly did, but that looks good. 2
It
to
is.
1, it's good. And that is a new PB for Frida Vick. Now, Katja Brocksterman, she's taking 222.5. This will also be a 2.5 kilo personal best. The venue isn't quite as busy on Sunday morning as it was on Saturday evening, as is to be expected, but there's still a really good atmosphere in the building. As Brocksterman searches for a new PB to go past Vic and back into silver medal. Oh, that came up really strong. 3 wide lights.
Yeah, she stood that up very quickly.
And I can tell you she's guaranteed the silver medal with that, because Vic has gone 220 with her third. Obviously felt she was very, very close to her limit. Now Marta Elverum is going 240. Already the gold medalist in squat. Still 12.5 kilos below her personal best.
Interestingly, Carmen Carula has scratched her last squat. She's not going to come out for a third.
Saving energy?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's tactical. And she's certainly going to need some extra in the tank at the end. Oh, the absolute professional.
The extra 10 kilos didn't even slow her down, but it's called on depth. 2-1. And that is a no lift for Elverum. Well, she thought it was good, but she still leads at the end of the second round with 230. Brocksterman guaranteed the silver with 222.5. Vic in bronze medal position.
And it is a short turnaround.
And I can tell you, Elverum is not guaranteed the gold, because Brocksterman has gone 230 at a lighter body weight.
Yeah, there's just under a kilo between them. Elverum's gone to 245 for her third. I expected them to put on an extra 5 kilos, given it wasn't a weight issue.
This is Pretzman. Remember, we only have 6 lifters in the third round. Then we're straight into the under and over 84s. Oh, that looked good.
Yes, it's on the board.
And that's a big 7.5 kilo PB. No wonder she looks so happy. Now, Amy Spencer, Great Britain. Well, this would be a huge improvement on her incoming PB of 200. This is 207.5. Bear in mind her total PB is 492.5. This could be an important step on the path to hitting a 500 total for the very first time.
And I imagine that 500 is a target today. The 492, she set that in the Arnolds last year in the UK. And that'll be the goal, moving on to 500.
Yeah, and I know it's only a number, but that hitting the 100, whatever 100 it is always a big goal.
Yeah, and she's been progressively improving. I mean, she did 482 earlier in the year last year, 492 at the Arnolds. Now I'm looking for another 7.5 to take it up to 500. Would be fantastic.
This is the 7.5 if she makes this lift.
Oh, it's just a little bit too much there.
And I'm not sure if she was deep enough, but that matters not.
Well, she's got 2 other disciplines to go yet to make up that 500.
Well, if she makes 2.5 on each of them, she's there.
That's all it takes.
Mastroianni missed 202 first time, made it look really easy second time. Going up to 212.5.
I think it's too heavy.
No,
it is
just too much. And again, this platform crew that has been fantastic all week came in at just the right moment.
Well, they've got their work cut out for them today with the weight classes we've got coming today.
Well, they're going to be loading the big boys' squats soon and then spotting them, and rather them than me. Now, Frida Vick, 220 kilos. She's just gone up 2.5 kilos. We thought she was really, really working at 217.5.
Yeah, look, I think 2.5 kilos is a really smart move here. I can't see her.
I'm just wondering
at
if
the
she's going to
there.
come out.
If she is coming out, she's going to be pushing it.
I think she's just doing the courtesy to her opponents.
Leave it on there, keeps some
of
energy in
giving
the tank.
them the minute, so the next lifter doesn't have to wrap too soon.
Well, I can't imagine her coming out now with only 30 seconds left on the clock. Well, that gives us a great opportunity to talk about the fact that none of these competitions are possible without our great sponsors and great support from SPD and Rogue, who not only get behind our competitions, but get behind our athletes as well. You will see the equipment being used. You will see the athletes wearing SPD products. They're wearing them not because they're a sponsor. They're wearing them because they are literally the best you can get. If you spend that money on an SPD belt, not only does it add an extra 15 kilos to your bench, it will last you forever. They are the premier products for lifting apparel.
Yeah, I remember speaking to Ben Banks in an airport many years ago, a couple of months before the belt was due to be launched, and he was talking to me about the development of it, and he was really enthusiastic about how good it was going to be, and I think his enthusiasm has proved to be well founded.
Absolutely, it's the only belt you'll ever need. You don't need to take 3 belts to a comp with you anymore.
Now this is Brocksterman, 230 kilos. This to move into gold medal position, ahead of Elverum on body weight, but it's a huge jump. It's a 10 kilo PB, well, 7.5 she PB'd in the second round.
Now the second looked good though.
Dead. This for a possible gold. Oh, that was solid.
She stood up easily.
And it's a good lift, 2-1. And Elverum must respond. Now, Elverum was very strong with the 240. In fact, she's gone up to 245.
Yeah, it was
just
a depth issue.
Yeah.
It wasn't a weight issue. Put on the extra 5 kilos, get down into it. I mean, 245 is not going to be a problem for Elverum weight-wise.
In fact, it may help her find depth. So this is for golden squat. And the last lift before we move into the second flight. She looks really focused. She thought she had the second one. Just a little bit more depth. Doesn't need much. Oh, that looked a great squat to me. Wait for the referee.
She looks happy with it.
3 white lights, and Elverum takes gold in the squats. Brocksterman with a fabulous 10 kilo improvement on her PB takes the silver. Frida Vick, who did not come out for her third lift, takes the bronze.
And suddenly the silver medal becomes a much closer battle. I mean, obviously with Elverum, if she gets her openers on, she's hard to catch. But that silver medal has now just opened up.
Oh, yes. And now we are into the under and over 84s lifting together. First up is Lisa Fredriksson from Denmark. In the under 84, she's a Masters 1 lifter. PB is 232.5, on the bar 205.
And again, in this field, you know, it's so close.
Got 11 lifters in total, 8 in the under 84s and 3 in the 84 plus.
That looks like a good opener. It is.
Just looking ahead to the 84 plus, Gary, Jon's daughter, and the Ukrainian lifter Zaharwika, both
Yeah, it's neck and neck,
with
isn't it?
2.5 kilos between them on the prognosis we explained earlier. That may change as the competition goes on, but which way we do not know.
When you look at the nominated opening list for squat, bench, and dead, there's nothing in those either.
Now, Jane Oberg, Denmark. Different hair these days. It used to stand up, and
Yeah,
we called her the Great White Shark. Now a Masters one lifter, unbelievably. I seem to recall many years ago she broke her back in a parachuting accident, and she's come back from that to lift on the international stage. Fighting to get down there. That looked good.
Well, she is the European Masters Equip champion, so
3 white lights. Now Christy Savetta from Great Britain. She's opening on 217.5 kilos. Yeah,
great
look good.
squat.
She smiles. She likes it. Coach likes it. But
Referees
two of
don't.
the referees do not.
The referees on the side have said it is not deep enough.
Well, my initial reaction was it was in, but they are in a much better position, of course. Now, Ankie Timmers from the Netherlands.
Well, Anki has plenty of European championships under her belt, plenty of gold medals, ranking #1 in a number of those.
And at the European Universities Cup last year, she was the platform manager. And a great job she did at that too.
Oh, look at that little dip in at the bottom.
Yeah, that's lovely. That
That's
should
brilliant.
be depth. 3 white lights. Timmers is on the board.
And that is a great example. If you're watching at home, you're new to the sport, you're just starting out, that is a great example of squatting. You get to the bottom, dip into the depth, get the bounce out of the wraps, and get the speed up. Absolutely spot on.
Now with the trademark exotic hair, Sofia Kamlund from Sweden comes to the bar to take 220 kilos. Only 5 kilos below her PB. Well, she brought it up really well.
The referee says it's not deep enough.
I was a bit worried about that. Amelie Larsen in the 84 plus. First out in the pluses from Denmark. She's opening 2.5, way below our personal best.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where she goes with this because she's got a big personal best. And on paper, her projections should have been higher. So it'll be interesting where she goes. She's just starting low.
Yeah, if she does big jumps, she'll be right into the mix. She's 40 kilos behind, but you know, if she makes big jumps in each of the lifts, that gap is going to close
Yeah,
in no
and
time.
knowing what she's capable of.
And if she gets 3 lifts in and others just get 1 or 2,
Yeah, she's right in the mix. Well, she's strong. Was she deep enough?
yes, she
She
was.
was.
3 wide lights. Now back to the unders and another very, very familiar face, Heidi Hille Arnesen. 242.5. Heidi's now a Masters 2 lifter.
Yeah, she's a Masters 2 and she is mixing it up and putting pressure on the medals.
And
in
she
the
holds
Opens.
the World Masters 2 record, which for reference is 250. And she's opening on 242.5. I wonder where this might go. Oh, that looks really good. Seen her a few times, struggle to get her opener in. That was lovely and deep. That was a great opener from Arnesen. Now, the junior, Soli Jonsdottir from Iceland, opening on 245 kilos.
From one end of the spectrum to the other. From 53 to
53-year-olds and
22.
22-year-olds can compete in the same platform.
And not just compete, I mean, if you look at Heidi's numbers, I mean, she picked up the silver medal
Yeah.
at the Europeans in 2021. She ranked number 4 at the World Equipped last year. I mean, not just competing, finishing in the top,
Prospering,
winning, owning it.
thriving. Now Soli again just needs to get this opener in, relax herself.
Well, she's garnered a little bit of experience now at in the international stage over the last few years.
Oh, that's a great
Looking
lift.
so
That's a
so
great
strong.
lift. Well, she got 1 red, but it's a good lift, 2-1. Yeah, when she was 18, 19, she was incredibly strong, but
Well,
didn't really know how to use the strength properly. Now we're seeing a much more mature lifter.
Yeah, she was sub-junior champion back in 2019, world champion that is. Yeah,
Now-
and you're right, she's really learning how to use it all now.
Now this is Sahorwika from Ukraine, 247.5. And again, way below her PB. I'm just looking at Larson. She's jumped 12.5 kilos from first to second, but Jon's daughter has jumped 15. And this is the 3rd lifter, remember. And she also passed her CAT 2 exam earlier this week. Valentina Sahorwika.
I think Jonsdottir is going to have a
I mean, I remember her in a much lighter weight group. She's only 77.17
She's only just in the 84s.
and Outlast. She's not going to lose any body weight battles, that's for sure.
Because of course she's competed in the 63s, the 72s, the 76s.
And we can see Musienko, who won the 93s yesterday in that great battle. Now coaching Ruzanenko. Oh, that looks good.
And you should know, Rustenenko has not just competed in the other weight classes. She
won.
is world champion in the 72s. She is European champion in the 63s. She is European champion in the 76s. What can she do in the 84s?
I remember her in the 63s. That's why I was a bit confused to see her in the 84s. I was, you know, when you think, am I thinking of the same person? And yes, I was. And there is the leaderboard at the end of one round. Rusinenko leads in the unders, and Saurwika leads in the overs. And we're into the second round. Lisa Fredrickson, 215 kilos on the bar. Well, she got called up by the coach.
Well, let's see how good the coach is. And
yeah,
he's on the money.
He's good. 215, handled with ease. Now Christy Savetta, Great Britain. She's taking 217.5 again. I thought she'd got it, actually. I mean, we're not in such a good position.
Yeah, it was one of those ones that was just on the border, and it didn't go her way.
So just literally a fraction deeper.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. She doesn't have to get much further down. She got great people handling her today.
She didn't get called up last time. Maybe she will wait and get called up this time. There's Dean Bowring, the head British coach for the equipped team, former world 125 plus champion as it was then.
I mean, that looks deep from this side,
that looks
but we'll
good.
wait.
3 wide lights. I think she's happy with that. Now Sophia Kamlund just fell foul of the referees on depth.
Yeah, you just got to get out there. That first lift, you just need to be convincing.
Just like Savetta, it needs to go a fraction deeper, and she'll walk off with 3 wide lights.
Yeah, it's not a problem shifting this weight. But every lift you do takes its toll on you. Oh, she's getting a re-rack again.
Yeah.
And it's the knee again. I think the last time she wasn't locking her knee properly as well. Rushed the setup. And again, she's in the same position, rushing the setup.
Well, you can see the clock on your screen, and if that knee doesn't straighten, she gets. Yeah, she finally gets the squat going. That's not deep
She's
enough,
cut that
is it?
shy, I think.
No, that's. Well, one of the Swedish officials was behind me, and he just turned his head away as he saw that.
That was a case of rushing the setup, using a lot of energy, walking it out twice, uses a lot of energy. She's rushed the setup. She's gotten halfway down and pretty much called it. So this isn't going to happen.
Now Jane Oberg from Denmark. I used to call her Aberg, but I was told that in Danish AA is pronounced O. Maybe I was told wrong, but I've called her Jane Oberg ever since.
They've been having fun with it for the last 5 years.
Indeed. I can't believe that commentator actually believed that.
All of them sitting at home laughing. Oh, listen to him. Well,
only 2.5 kilos short of her PB.
If you pronounce it right or wrong, she is one incredible lifter.
Oh, that looks good.
And look at the
That's
extra
really
effort.
Work.
You can see the facial expression change part way up.
Good lift, 2-1. Near side to us, referee called it on depth.
And you watch the intensity change part way through this lift.
Where the real fighter kicks in.
Right about here it changes.
I am not going to be beaten by this. Now Anki Timmers 227.5. Anki's getting close to her PB of 230. Talking to her earlier in the week and she said, I am back, feeling fresh.
Yeah, it's what you like to hear from an athlete, isn't it? Quick powerlifting really takes its toll on the body physically and emotionally, and there are some times where athletes just feel run down. A couple of months of resetting and suddenly they're back feeling fresh. And she's got that drive.
That well. 3 wide lights and Anki is looking good. And if she puts another 5 kilos on next time and gets it, she'll be back with a new personal best. Amelie Larson in the 84 plus. She's jumped 12.5 kilos. But Jon's daughter has jumped 15. And Saharwiko has jumped 12.5 as well.
Yeah, I think Larson's going to have a hard time catching them.
Larson's PB is 257.5. She may not feel in that shape today. She may, and she's just coming to it a different route. We'll soon find out. And Timmers has actually got a cross against her name for the 3rd round. Obviously felt she was close enough to her limit and wanted to conserve energy. No,
just didn't want to shift it. Didn't really get any bounce out of the bottom there.
Now Arneson 247.5 to take her within 2.5 kilos of her own World Masters 2 record, which of course she can't chip in an open competition.
No, she would have to take the full 2.5.
So let's see how 247.5 moves. The 242.5 flew up.
Well, this is only 5 kilos more, and we were talking about these sorts of weights. 5 kilos isn't an enormous amount.
No. Oh, that's good.
Oh, that moved well.
That's good.
Really well.
2 to 1. Sometimes Heidi has a little bit of problem finding depth in the first couple.
Not today.
Not today, no.
Has she got records on her mind?
Well, I would say yes. Now, this is Anna Sørli Heranger from Norway, 255 kilos in the unders. 10 kilos below her PB.
Oh, she had to work hard for that one.
The next 2 lifts, well, it's a good lift. The next 2 lifts will both be in the 84s. We'll finish the second round with a World Open record attempt by Rusinenko.
That is huge.
And she's barely in the 84s. She's basically a 76 that didn't bother cutting. But this is the other Ukrainian lifter, Valentina Saharwiko. 260 kilos. This is only 2.5 kilos below her personal best. And I just get a feeling the form she's in today, this is going to fly.
Oh, she looks fantastic. Her opening lift was outstanding. Oh, and her second looks good as well, doesn't it?
I think we called that well. 3 wide lights, fantastic
It is
lifting.
just super fast.
Now Jon's daughter, 260 kilos for the Icelandic junior.
Yeah, Jon's daughter's going to have a work cut out for her today, that's for sure.
Well, this is only good enough for second place because she is the heavier of the 2 lifters contending. And I can tell you Saurwika's gone 265 for her third. Last minute preparations.
Yeah, it's cutting it
comes Jon's
fine. We've only got
daughter.
30 seconds left on the clock. I mean, that's really cutting it fine to set everything up, particularly if anything goes wrong.
Well, if she has to re-rack, she doesn't get it. It's as simple as that. Does she realise how little time she's got left?
Well, we're down to 12, almost 12 seconds.
Coach Jordan Johnson looks on. She gets the squat command with 3 seconds. Oh, that's a fantastic squat. 3 wide lights for Jon's daughter. And if she wants the gold medal in squat, she'll have to go 267.5. But Rusanenko has gone 276. Forget the junior
Absolutely
record.
massive.
It's the open record because you cannot chip a junior record.
This
The fact is the
massive
junior and open record is the same. And this is the lifter that we saw not so long ago lifting in the 63s, now going for the 84 world open record in the second round.
276 kilograms on her second lift.
Here we go. Daria Rusanenko.
Well, it's for a world record, so everything
world
has to be
open
right.
and junior, because both records are the same. And she is a junior still, of course, 22 years of age. This is everything in squats in
So
this
will
weight class.
give her the World Open, the World Junior, the European Open, the European Junior.
And the Ukrainian.
Depth looks good from
Oh,
here.
that
That
is
looks easy.
Sensationally good. What a fantastic lift from Rusanenko.
And it's only her second.
Where on earth does she go next?
Do we go all the way to 280 for a third?
And I can tell you in the 84 plus, Jon's daughter has gone to 73rd. She is going for gold. And there we have the results on the screen. Rusanenko leads the 84s with a new world record. Zaharwika leads the over 84s, but only on body weight. And they will split one way or the other in the third round, unless, of course, they both miss. But Camland cannot possibly afford to miss
in a
this.
world of
She
trouble
needs
here.
this to stay in the competition.
She's been having trouble setting up. She's having difficulty locking that left knee. She's been re-racked twice, and both times it hasn't worked out for her.
Come on, Sophia. Just hit depth. Go deep, go deep, go deep. I think that's just in. I think that's just in. Wait for the referees. It's good. 2-1.
You can see
How
the
close
relief.
was that? And I can tell you, Larson in the 84 plus has declined her third lift, as has Timmers. And Timmers is opening on the bench at 177.5.
Yeah, it's interesting with a couple of scratches there, conserving a bit of energy.
Yeah. Now Lisa Fredrickson, 222.5. This will still be 10 kilos below her PB.
And of course, there's nothing in the rules that says you have to take all 3 lifts. And in competitions like this, energy conservation can be really important.
Oh, that's a
That looks
lovely
solid.
lift. Yeah. 3 wide lights. I think we'll call that the wrap run from now on. That should be an Olympic sport. Get the wraps really tight and then do 50 meters.
I think we might need to reduce to about 5 meters. No one will make 50.
Jane Oberg. 50 could be the marathon.
How tight is that squat suit? How did she even get into that this morning?
Well, Coach Rasmussen's working hard. He's just taken one lifter off, and now the next Danish lifter comes out. 225 kilos for a new PB.
Oh, I think she's going to work through it.
That's fantastic. That should be good. She smiles. Coach gives the
3
thumbs
whites.
up. 3 wide lights. Great lifting from Oberg. Now, Christy Savetta, Great Britain, with a huge PB. PB currently 222.5. This is 230. She missed her opener. Remember, had to take it again. Was very convincing. Has jumped 12.5 kilos, and this would put her into 4th place.
It's going to be a tough lift, though. It's a big jump. If anyone can do it, though. She looks fired up, though, doesn't she? Strength is great. She handled the weight really well, but not deep enough.
As we worried, called in depth by both side referees. Now Arneson has gone for the world record, as we thought she surely must. It's a World Masters 2 record.
Well, I think she'd be crazy not to go for this.
252.5 kilos. She has been on fire so far today.
Yeah, 247.5, moved like
and the
an absolute
Masters
rocket.
2 lifter being coached by the junior. Ludwig Mern coaching. Heidi Hille Arneson looking to beat her own world record, and I would not bet against Heidi today. Oh, it's good.
That's
That's
good.
good. That's good.
She's already smiling.
Yes. Oh, yes.
She knew
3
she had that
wide
well
lights.
before.
Fantastic lifting from Heidi Hille Arneson.
That's how you set a world record with 3 white lights. No one can argue with it.
Now, Anna Sörli-Hranger. She's going 260. She is in 2nd place in the squad.
Well, Rusinenko, I said, will you go 280? She's just decided to scratch. She's had 283 on there, and just as I said it, she scratched her last lift. She's going to save some energy for the bench and the dead.
Surprises me a bit because she looked so good in the 276. Oh, that's a fantastic lift. What wonderful squatting we're seeing this morning.
Absolutely outstanding.
And think of all the gyms you go to if you're watching this and you're listening. How many big guys, you know, 120, 130, 140 kilos. Do you know that can squat those sort of weights to depth?
Can't even hold a candle to them.
Saarika 265 kilos. Obviously the 5 kilos is important in terms of subtotal, they are so close, but in terms of squat gold, it's not what she does that matters. She already leads. It's what Jonsdottir does with the next lift.
And I think the 5 kilo jump here was a really smart move. It's a lower risk, higher probability of adding 5 kilos to your total. She could have gone for 270. A 50% probability of hitting it, but there's also a 50% of not adding to your total here. Here we're more at about 75% probability. If someone gave you those odds, you'd bet on it.
Oh, that's a great squat.
Dips it in nicely.
That is a great squat. 3 white lights. Oh, she is happy with that.
Yeah, I think that was a really,
Our
really
new
well played.
Secretary General as of tomorrow. We'll
Correct.
talk about that later on. Is coaching today. Now, final squat of women's competition at these wonderful 2023 championships.
Yeah, this is for the gold medal in squat.
Solly Jonsdottir, and this is for the gold medal.
And it's also to go into the bench press a few kilos ahead.
Still a junior, remember, only 22 years of age. And she'll still be a junior next year as well.
Yeah.
She's got it down. Oh, this is
I think
good.
she's
This
got
is
it.
good. That's a fantastic squat by Jonsdottir. Only 2 white lights, but that's all she needs. It's a good lift, and she takes gold in the 84 plus class. Fantastic battles, and this is going to go to the final deadlift in the 84 plus. Jonsdottir on prognosis now 10 kilos ahead. And you see the scoreboard there. Rusanenko takes the gold with a new world record 276, and she's just in the class. Look at the body weight. And in the 84 plus, it's Jonsdottir from Saarwico and Larson in third place. We'll take a short break. We'll get our breath back after all that. Join us again in about 9 minutes time for the bench press. And I'm Martin Flett, and this is Gary Williams, and we welcome you back to the Women's Open 76 and under an 84 kilo classes. We've reached the bench press. If they missed the squat, Gary, what a great competition they missed.
We promised you excitement, and we've delivered, absolutely. Amazing lifts. I mean, we've just seen 2 world records already. 276 in the Opens, in the under 84s. We saw a Masters world record. It's just wiping the floor. It is really heating up on the bench.
A Masters 2 world record, 252.5 kilos.
Unbelievable.
Out of this world. And this is Amy Spencer. We've got back-to-back flights. First flight is the 76s. Amy's first out, taking 110 kilos. And Amy's goal today will be to improve her total from 492.5 to 500.
Yeah, I think she'd be looking for 500
which is a
today.
2.5 kilo improvement in each PB. Well, she made that in squat. And that's a good opening
Yeah, she
bench
handled that
press.
really well. I thought for a second that the bar dropped to her chest, but she got herself into position really well.
Now, Teresa Mastroianni. 117.5 kilos on the bar.
Just a reminder, we're back in the 76s now. And straight after the third round of bench here, we'll go into the 84 and 84 pluses.
Had a bit of a struggle on the squat, got her opener at the second time of asking. That was the only one she got, but that's all she needed.
Squats didn't go overly well for it. Let's see if she can make up a few kilos on the bench. And the referees say it is a good lift. She gets 1 red light there.
Well, would that be for elbows? Wrong angle to see that.
Yeah, difficult to say. It's a side referee.
Maybe
there could be
elbows.
1 elbow there.
Before the rule change, red was basically not touching or touching too low. Well, Elverum is next out, but there's a big jump now from 117 to 130. We got some big benchers here today.
Yeah, Elverum really needs to be consistent here through bench. She doesn't have the biggest bench.
But she's got the biggest squat and the biggest
She certainly
deadlift.
does. So this is important to her here, just to put the kilos on. Not trying to do anything crazy, not going over the top, just chipping away here. Make sure she adds a little bit more to that subtotal.
And let's just say 130 is a great opening bench. We're talking in terms of the others competing today, some of whom are quite exceptional. Well, it wasn't easy, but it's good. 3 white lights. And that's all she needs, really.
Yeah, she just needs to add a couple more kilos here to make sure she keeps that gap open.
Now, Katja Brocksterman, who momentarily was in gold medal position in the squat after her third round lift before Elverum came back to take it with the final lift of the flight. And we predict her and Brockster and Vic to be battling for the silver medal with Kaljula possibly in the mix as well. This is going to be fantastic. Oh, it's a good bench press.
Yeah, that should be okay, I think. It is 3 whites.
Now this is Frida Vick, 147.5. I mean, Frida's obviously feeling good today. She PB'd in squat, and this is only 2.5 kilos below her PB in bench.
Yeah, her lifts are looking really, really good today. And this is precisely why Elverum needs to be chipping away during the bench. You know, Wick is quite a good bencher. If she can add in a few more here, and Elverum doesn't add on enough, she can close that gap. It's a hard touch. Can she control that?
That
She
is
has.
so strong.
That shirt wanted to drive her
And
back.
it's a good lift. She got one yellow though, and we know what that means from early in the week. The jury are going to have a look at the butt. It's still down. I think she'll get that fine. I think that's okay.
Yeah, from where our view is, I can't see any problem.
Now, Pritzman from Denmark, 155 kilos. Again, only 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Oh yes, it looks good. The right arm was a wee bit after the left, but should be good, yes. 3 white lights. Now Carmen Kaljula from Estonia. Again, one of those who will be contending probably the silver medal if Elverum moves away as we expect her to. But definitely will be in the battle for the podium. And there's 3 lifters. Any of them could be second, any of them could be third, and any of them could be off the podium.
Yeah, it's anyone's games here. I mean, Carmen Kalu is a great bencher. She did 162.5 in Viborg last year. That's her listed personal best. And she's had 6-7 months training and preparation since then.
Let's see how this goes.
A little bit of hesitation there.
Oh, I think she's going to get blues.
That'll be interesting to see the referee's
I think
decision
she's going
here.
to get blues. Blues and yellows.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a little bit of hesitation at the start, pulling it down to the shirt, and I think that's what's thrown her off.
From her point of view, the good thing is she knows she can lock that out. Yeah, there was the downward movement. Now, Amy Spencer, 115 kilos.
Yeah, she opened well.
Still 7.5 kilos below her PB.
Well, interesting, she benched 110 for the Europeans last year and then 122.5 in the Arnolds.
That looked good. 3 white lights.
Making great progress on her bench. Mastroianni.
125 kilos for the Italian lifter. What a quality bench press competition. I mean, the quality here is like it was a bench only competition.
It's absolutely outstanding. And we've seen that all week, which is absolute massive bench presses. Well, this is her best lift at the World Championships last year. And she just made short work of that, didn't she?
That was a fantastic. Well, no, it wasn't.
Oh, we've gotten 2 red lights.
I think one is for elbow. If we can see the head on view in the replay. I think this is the new rule coming into play. Just watch where the elbows are in relation to the shoulders.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it.
Just missed it. But I'm pretty sure that's what the red was for. Now this is Marta Elverum. Just looking to harvest kilos on the bench. She knows she's not going to medal here.
This is her only job here. It's just to get all these 3 lifts on. I mean, if she puts this one on, she adds 5 kilos. She puts another one, she adds another 2.5 or another 5 kilos to a total. You're right. She knows she's not going to medal here in the bench press.
Although her PB is 155, but she's not there today. I think the spotters, I think the spotters had to take it on the right-hand side. That won't worry her too much. She's done her job by getting one in. And now Katja Brocksterman will take 150 kilos to equal her personal best.
Katja Brocksterman, Germany. 37 years of age, and she's been coping 15 years now.
We talk about personal best. If you look at when they were set, is often really important. I mean, she did this 150 at the World Championships last year, so that's 6 or 7 months.
It's
two
pretty current.
Full training cycles.
Yeah.
Oh, just got away from her there.
Not this time. And as you said time and time again, Gary, the shirt seeks a path of least resistance.
Yeah, and that was a really good example of the shirt finding the easiest route. And just takes us straight back to the rack.
Now Frida Vick. This will be a new PB, but she really had to work on her opener.
So her best ever lift was 155, and that was the World Championships, I think, Europeans in 2019. But her most recent best lift, World Champions last year at 150. Oh, it's still moving up.
Oh, she's got it, I think.
She might have it. And she does.
3 wide lights and a new PB for Vic. She looks very, very happy with her work today.
Well, she had to work for it.
Now Kaljula missed her opener.
Yeah, really needs to get this one on.
Yeah,
not
she'll
want to
be in
the
all
position.
sorts of trouble if she has to come out for the 3rd round without one on the board.
Does not want to be in that position. Oh, she's looking better to the chest. Much better.
Different lift altogether. 3 wide
timed
lights
that
for
one perfectly.
Kaljula.
Got the timing right on that one.
And of course Estonia is where we will visit for the European Classic Championships at the end of this year. And finally in the 2nd round, Annemia Pretzmann from Denmark, 160 kilos. This will put her into gold medal position in the bench press with 1 complete round to follow. Good touch. Working it, working it.
I think it's there.
Yeah, that looks good.
And
3 white lights. And she leads after 2 rounds of bench press.
And if you want the most up-to-date information about athletes, drop over to Open IVF. A couple of the current screens, the profiles are a little bit out of date. We've had the UK Arnolds.
And just, sorry to interrupt Gary, but very quickly while it's in the screen, Pretzman leads after 2 rounds. Kalula, after getting her second round lift in, is in silver medal position. Vic is in bronze, and I would guess that's where the 3 medals are going to end up, looking at the gap down to 4th. Now, Amy Spencer, 120, just 2.5 kilos below her PB.
The great thing is we go into the deadlifts after this, after the 84s, of course, with everyone able to total.
No.
Oh, just a bit tough in the middle there.
Yeah, she looked near her limit in the 115. And now we got Mastroianni, 130 kilos. And I think one of the things to look at for this one, because we think she failed it last time on elbows, so let's just check the position of the elbows relative to the shoulder to see if she's complying with the new rule. Remember, it's introduced to overcome lack of range of motion that was attracting some criticism. So the point of the elbow has got to go below what's effectively the midpoint of the shoulders. Well, she locks it out and wait for the referees. And no, it's reds again.
And it would appear to be elbows.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can see the head on replay. And just watch the position, the point of the elbows to the middle of the shoulder.
And particularly the right side in that one.
See, I was looking at the left and I thought it was good.
Yeah, and the right side is a fraction higher.
Yeah. Now, Marta Elverum. Well, we're not here to query the referees, just to explain
Absolutely
the decision.
Not, just explaining the rules.
And that was definitely the reason why the red lights were incurred. They're far better placed than we are. We either look at the screen or we crane our necks to see it live. Now, Elverum missed 135. Second time. She would like to get it.
It'd be nice to have this extra 5
but
kilos.
It's not going to break her if she doesn't.
That looks better.
Oh, that's a much better bench press. That should be good. Yes, she says. 3 white lights. Now, Katja Brocksterman missed 150 in the second round. Taking 150 again.
She would definitely like to have this extra 5 kilos as well.
Yeah, one of those 3 that's in a battle for gold, for silver, bronze, or just off the podium.
Well, if she gets this lift, she goes in to the deadlift round with, I think, the same subtotal as Elverum.
And that's good.
It is 3 whites.
Yeah, they're both in 380. The problem is Elverum is opening 45 kilos heavier.
Yeah, but it's certainly nice to go in, even.
Now Frida Vick is next, 155. PB'd in the second round. The PB you see in the screen, 150, is now 152.5. And this is to push it still higher. And this would put her to 372.5 at subtotal.
Well, this will be really interesting because this will actually equal her best lift of 155 that she did back in 2019 in the under 84s. So this will bring her back up to the same level she was lifting in a heavier weight class. Oh, she's working for it. I think she's there.
Oh, what strength.
That was
She gets it. 3 whites.
For those that say the shirt is all the work, just watch that.
It didn't do much work in that
No.
one, did it?
bench press. Then we have Kaula.
Now, Kaljula will go into the lead
Kilos.
in bench press with this. She's currently second. Vic is the bronze medalist.
In bench press for Carmen.
Brocksterman just outside the medals in fourth. This is to move into gold medal position, but of course Pretzman can come back and take the gold. Two ways Pretzman can take gold. Either Kaljula does not make this lift, or she does and then Pretzman makes hers. So this for a chance of gold for Carmen Kaljula.
Well, her second lift
Oh,
looks
super.
great.
So does
And
her
her
third.
third looks
Oh,
great
that's
as well.
fantastic.
Good leg.
Oh, the ball's in Pretzman's court now.
Over to you, Ms. Pretzman.
That's one.
162.5
162.5 kilos and one
to
zero.
take bench press gold. And after this lift, rather than reflect on the wonderful performances as we'd like to do, we're straight into the next flight. She's been good with 155 and 160. To take the gold on home soil, she needs to be good on 162.5 as well. Not quite. And she has to settle for the silver. Kaljula from Estonia takes the gold, and Frida Vick takes the bronze. And we take the briefest of breaths and we move straight on to the second flight. And there's confirmation of what I've just told you. And the beauty is everyone is still in the battle.
Everyone can total,
going
which
into
is great to
deadlift
see.
after yesterday's carnage. And
And the
first
day
out
before.
in the 84s, Jane Oberg. 105
Yeah, she had a
kilos.
great last lift on a squat, didn't she? Just gave it everything she had. And of course, these guys on the platform are going to have their work cut out for them today. Oh, the speed off the chest.
That's a great lift. Using the Ragex. Now next, also in the under 84s, it's Lisa Fredrickson. Just in case you're just joining us, we have two different weight classes in this flight. There are only 3 lifters in the 84 plus. All the rest are in the under 84s. And yet, funnily enough, it could be in the 84 plus that the closest battle takes place.
Well, it's certainly shaping up that way, isn't it? I mean, if we look at the under 84s, it really is going to come down to Sorli Haranga and Rusanenko.
Now this is the third Danish lifter in a row. Last one out in the first flight was Danish, and the first two out in this flight are both from Denmark. Oh wow!
Look at the speed
Great
of the
lift
chest.
again.
That is what you want to get out of your shirt.
3 wide lights.
That is how you use a shirt, ladies and gentlemen. Build
Bang.
up the potential energy.
And guess what? 4 in a row from Denmark. This is Amelie Larsen in the 84 plus this time. 130 kilos, opening on her bench PB. She didn't really get near her squat PB.
Yeah, she opted to scratch her last squat, and it'll be interesting to see where she goes with bench. I mean, I think at this stage of the competition, she's eyeing off a deadlift medal to try and get up into the silver or gold for the deadlifts. So it'll be interesting to see how much energy she's willing to expend on the bench here today.
That's a great
Well,
bench.
that was another great demonstration.
That's a PB equaler.
Another great demonstration of how to use a shirt. Drags it through and then just absolutely explodes off the chest.
Next we have Christy Sabetta, Great Britain. 132.5 for her opener.
Yeah, she didn't have the greatest of days on squats.
Yeah, she missed her first one. We thought, I think it's fair to say in the commentary booth, she'd got it, but it was called just high, made the second, missed the third.
And now looking for 132 and a half.
Oh, it's a great
looks
bench.
good.
3 wide lights. Great big smile.
You've got to be happy with that.
Now Heidi Hille Arnesen, fresh from her World Masters 2 record, now has to make a total, of course, to ratify
That's
the
right.
record.
According to the rules, if you do not total, you cannot claim that record. So she has to put at least one bench in and at least one deadlift.
And she's opening at 300 pounds. Oh, she really had to work, but that looks good. Yeah.
It is. So she puts that one on the board.
Now Sophia Camlin, she gave us a scare in the squats, but
Well,
she's here.
I think everyone likes to do that lately. I feel like the athletes are trying to give us heart attacks.
At our age as well, they should know better.
Yeah, she's just struggled to lock the knee. Got re-racked twice on squats. They had to set up in a hurry. The third one, she got it right, didn't get re-racked, didn't have to rush it, and it was just so much better. Well,
No.
she's going to try and give us a scare on the bench as well, I think.
Well, she's given me a scare already because that just looked too heavy. But we've seen that time and time again in the equipped bench. It looks too heavy. They come back next time and
That's
just smash it. And
few little adjustments. We see the replay here. Well, best indicator is the speed off the chest. She got
It's okay,
good
she
speed,
just
but
hit a
not
wall.
a lot of distance out of it.
Now Daria Rusanenko, the
Yep.
new world record holder in 84 squat.
276 kilos.
She's still a junior. Recently she was competing in the 63s. Now she's in the 84s, which is really a 76, and she's the world record holder in
I
squat.
mean, are we going to see?
Just phenomenal.
Are we going to see in the next couple of years a 300 squat in the under 84s?
Well, she only took 2 lifts. Wow.
Well, it was fast. It looked a bit awkward coming down.
Well, she got yellows, which suggests the butt came up.
Difficult
Well,
to see from
whatever
my angle.
it wasn't butt. No wonder she looked a little bit confused as she came off. So this is Saurwika, and Coach Musienko
Yeah, I just saw
is
him
going
run
to
to
the
the table.
jury. I don't blame him. He watched the replay before he went to the jury table.
Yeah, I think they've already decided to overturn that.
I think that's the right decision as a mere commentator. But this is Saurwika.
Yes, it has been overruled.
Oh, she's got to take
The
it so
speed
far,
was
hasn't she?
fantastic.
The speed off the chest was good, lockout was good. She got one downward movement, I think, from the far side referee
Not
from
unusual.
Belgium. But how far she's got to travel.
And you can see how that affects. I mean, you get the speed off the chest, travels well, but it's such a distance to go that you lose momentum.
But it
at the
didn't go
top.
down, it just stalled. And just to confirm, in case you weren't clear, Rusanenko's no lift has been overturned by the jury. She was given yellows for the butt coming off the bench, and we couldn't see any evidence of that in the replay. So her 145 is good, and she is closer to ratifying the world squat record that she set. But this is Heranger from Norway, 155 kilos on the bench, 10 kilos below her PB.
Well, it
really
looks good. It is 3 whites. And I think technically, the bench press is probably one of the hardest to referee as well. There are so many things for those referees to be looking for. And now we're thrown in the elbow position as well. You've got to be looking at the feet. You've got to be looking at the butt. You've got to be looking at the head. You've got to be looking at the bar for up and down movement. You've got to be looking at the elbows now.
And how well can the side referees see the elbows?
It's a lot to be
A lot of it
watching.
is going to be head ref and jury in reality, isn't it?
So there are a lot of things to be looking at when you're refereeing bench press.
Now this is Sole Jonsdottir,
Oh, she was strong in the
170
squats.
kilos.
What a bench press though, 170.
And as I said, she's still a junior, but over the last 4 years, she's learned how to use her strength so much better. She had a long hold, but she pressed out really well. 3 white lights. And now, finally, in the first round, Ankie Timmers, Netherlands, 177.5.
Massive lift.
PB 187.5.
And I believe Ankie scratched one of her squats as well, I think.
Yeah, she only took 2. Didn't she miss the second and decide against taking it again? There's Coach Alan Haman.
Yeah, just conserving some energy. I mean, a a failed lift tends to drain the energy a lot more than a successful one, and she still has bench and deadlift to go, so
Oh, that's a great bench
certainly
press.
is.
Wow. 3 white lights. She's only 10 kilos away from her own PB. I'm wondering if she might be tempted to go through the 190 barrier today based on that. And we're into the second round. Just a reminder, in the 84s, Timmers leads from Heranger and Rusenenko. And in the overs, Jonsdottir leads from Saurwika and Larsen. And this is Jane Oberg, 110 kilos. Yeah, last time we were here in Tisted for the Classic in 2017. Jane was the head coach to the Classic team, and we had so many Danish lifters. I think she worked harder than anyone at the whole event.
Yeah, look, and that's powerlifting, isn't it? You go from refereeing to lifting to coaching to helping on the platform. It's a big, big community of sport.
Oh, it's a great battle to the top, and she makes it.
Yeah,
That
did
should
she
be
lock
good.
the left? She did.
3 wide lights.
She got a good, quick press call there.
I wonder if she might decide two's enough. Now Lisa Fredriksson, 120 kilos. Again, we'll get 3 Danish lifters in a row. Fredriksson will be followed by Larsen.
Right now, this is Fredriksson looking for 120.
Oh, it's a great lift. Well, you said how well she used the chart last time, Gary.
Yeah. Well, she's hit a 125 last year at the European Championships. So that was well within reach.
Now, Amelie Larsen next. 135 kilos on the bar. She is in the over 84s.
Yeah, I think she's really eyeing off the deadlifts. She's waiting for that moment. She's got a good bench, but obviously she's not going to put any pressure on the top 2 here on the bench.
This is a new PB if she makes it. Equaled her PB comfortably in the opening round. Oh,
Yeah, I think she's got
great
that.
bench, new personal best.
Great bench.
And that's why she is celebrating so much. Happy dance. Starting her banquet early.
And this moves so quickly off the chest, doesn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic. Now, Christy Savetta, 137.5, just below her personal best of 140. Great lift.
Yeah, really good. That was equal to her final lift at the UK's last year, Arnold's UK.
Now, Sophia Camlund that we're slightly worried for, but we hope we worry for nothing.
Yeah, I am sure she's just creating some excitement and some atmosphere in the arena, making sure everyone's on the edge of their seat.
Just in case we haven't had enough already this week.
Well, again, it just looks heavy.
I'm even more worried now. It just looks too heavy, as you say, Gary.
Let's have a look at the replay. And what we want to look for is the resistance in the shirt and the pop off the chest.
Very little resistance, very little pop.
And you look at the position of the sleeves as well. I mean, what I think I'd be doing is I'd be pulling the front collar down maybe a centimetre, not too much more, so she doesn't get too much resistance. And I'd probably twist the sleeves in a little bit.
Now this is Heidi Hill Arneson, 142.5. Only 5 kilos off the World Masters 2 bench press record. Let's see.
This is the day of records for her today, isn't
Well,
it?
I think she's wanting an overall podium, age 53.
Oh, I think she's got it there.
That's a great lift.
That looks okay from where I'm sitting. It is 2 whites. She got 1 blue card for downward movement.
Well, we can see sometimes the bar stopping creates the illusion of downward movement, and it just stopped there.
I
as
couldn't
far as
see any
I
downward
was
movement
concerned. Now, this is Rusinenko, 150 kilos to equal her personal best, but this would have been set in the 76s
I imagine so.
or lower.
Yeah, she's been in the 63s before as well.
You wonder, will she stay in the 84s? Will she go down to the
Interestingly,
76s?
no, she hit the 150 in the World Championships last year in the 84s. And she's also done it in the 76s.
Looks good. 2 to 1. She gets a yellow. No, she got 2 yellows last time, and it was overturned. 1 yellow this time, but the jury will look at it. Well, if she's getting a yellow for butt, it's moving, but it's not coming off the bench, and it was the right outcome. It was a good lift.
Yep.
Let's just leave it at that. Now, Anna Surly-Haranger, 160 kilos as we near the end of the second round in this second flight. No.
Just
Lost
too
it
much.
on the left.
Well, that's a tough lift, that one. That's,
Yeah, and yet the first one was so easy.
It was,
And that was only 5
and
kilos.
it would have been a really useful 5 kilos as well. I mean, missing that one, so let's Rusinenko move away a little bit.
Indeed, no. The next 2 lifts are in the 84 plus. First is Wiko, my apologies, 160 kilos, 10 kilo jump. Now, she's got so far to travel, guys.
Yeah, look, she's really, really good, and the way she used that shirt is brilliant, but the bar has so far to travel. It's such a long way to keep that momentum going, and a lot of work for the triceps. But what do I
Wondering
know?
if she might get blues, though.
Yeah, she
blue
has.
and
She's got a blue and a
yeah.
yellow.
Just near the top before she locked it out, I think there was a downward movement. Just watch where the first push ends.
And coach is taking the walk. Well, I don't know about the blue. It's a tough call on that one.
It was marginal. But there was a yellow call as well. Now, Sola Yon's daughter, she's taking 182.5 kilos to come within 2.5 kilos of her personal best.
That's a massive, massive lift for a 22-year-old young lady.
Coach Jordan Johnson.
First leg was very easy. How to get down was very easy. When it came up. Second lift.
Struggling for a
that's tough.
touch. But once she gets the
Boy,
touch,
she handled that well, didn't she?
yeah. So much more maturity in her lifting than when we first saw her. That's 3 white lights now. Anki Timmers is going to 185 within 2.5 kilos of her personal best. And if this moves well, I think we might see Anki try 190.
Well, that'll lock away the gold medal. No one can take the gold medal away for her. She
No.
had that with her opener.
Not just a bench machine, she's got a great deadlift, good squat as well. Great all-round lifter. Coach Alan Haman looks on again. Oh, fantastic. Well,
That
she's
looks
come back
fantastic.
fresh, hasn't she? And I would expect to see 190 on the bar for the next one.
Yeah, I think 190. I wouldn't even be surprised to see her push it to 192 and a half.
No, neither would I. Now, Jane Oberg, 112.5. We wondered, would she come out for the third? Well, we didn't. I did. And indeed she is. And at the end of the second round, you can see Timmers is miles clear of Heranger and Rusenenko in the unders. Jon's daughter leads by some distance in the bench. In the overs.
Allberg, of course, with a monstrous deadlift. They should be eyeing off the deadlift medals for sure.
No, I thought she was on her limit last time.
Yeah, she made a really smart decision there. I'm not going to waste energy on a lift I know I'm not going to get.
Now, Lisa Fredrickson, she's been good with 115 and 120 in the unders, of course, and now she will attempt 125. And after this round of bench press, we'll have a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back for the deadlift, and that will be the end of women's competition.
That will be it.
At this wonderful championship.
And as always, they never ever disappoint. She's so good with that
really,
shirt, isn't
really
she?
good. That shirt is working so well for her. Oh, now big one. Sophia Kamlund.
In all sorts of trouble, and
Well,
it just looks too heavy.
She's open 2.5 kilos below her personal best. The
Let's
shirt
see what they've
doesn't
done with
seem
the
to
shirt.
be doing much for her.
Well, it looks like they have made a bit of adjustment there.
And we wish her well. Well, we've seen it before, 2 abject
Yep.
failures, and the 3rd one flies up. And all we can do is hope that we see that again.
Oliver in the background there watching on as well. Great bencher. Picked up the gold in bench yesterday in the 105s. That's a better resistance there. And still, is it enough? It is. I think she's got it.
Locked it out.
She has it.
What do they say? It's
3
a
white
good
lights.
lift. 3 white lights.
Well, she did it to the squat. She's doing it to the.
That was
Please
the
don't do it.
biggest puff of the
Please
cheeks
don't
I've
do it in
seen
the
all week.
deadlift.
What a great comeback.
Just goes to
from
show
Kamlun.
a little bit of shirt adjustment, and you can see in this shot here the change of position of the shirt gave her a bit more pop.
Been very strong on the lockout, helped as well, of course. Now, Amelie Larson in the 84 plus, going for 140.
Yeah, her benches look great as well. This will be a monstrous personal best for her. Well, it slowed her down, but
I
it
think
didn't
that's
stop
good.
her. It is.
3 white lights. Happy dance time again. Another PB. 140 is a milestone in bench press, isn't it?
Almost
And
knocked her
she's
coach
hit
over.
it for the first time. Now, Christy Savetta going for a PB as well. She's already seen 140 in the past, but this time she's going for 142.5.
I thought there were 20 Brits sitting behind us. There's just 3. But of course, it's Lauren and Emma, so. Oh, it looks good.
Oh, I think that's
It
good.
looks good. She's given
She
the
nods
nod.
her head before she gets off the bench. No!
Oh.
She got a blue and a yellow.
No, has she got a blue and a yellow?
Oh, well, it's been changed. The blue has changed to a white.
Looks
It's
like
a
it
good
was a
lift.
mispress.
Yeah, we're not seeing the side on to see if the butt came off the bench. No, I think she's fine there. Now, Heidi, 147.5. This will equal the World Masters 2 record. She can't chip it in an open
Yeah,
competition.
she would have had to go to 150. If she wanted to break the M2 record, she would have had to go all the way to 150, which is a pretty big jump.
when she's competing
And
for the
especially when you're
podium.
looking for a podium, you do not want to risk that for a record. I think she's got it.
That's a great lift.
She's given the victory shout.
3 white lights. Arneson is on fire today. New World Squat Record Masters 2 equals the World Bench Press Record Masters 2. And now Rusinenko is going to 155 kilos in the unders.
Yeah,
This will
155.
put her into silver medal position. Timmers is out of sight, of course. Heranger will attempt 160 again after her.
Well, she's been hitting 150 consistently in competitions for the last couple of years, so 155 is well within striking distance for her. Oh, isn't it
that's
just?
good. That is good. No, she got 2 yellows again.
Well, let's have a look because she's been consistently getting yellows
When the butt
and it's
doesn't
been
seem to be coming off.
overruled.
160 for shooting
It's
first
just,
row.
just watch the butt. Does a hole of the butt come off the bench?
Gallagher from
No, it
Norway.
doesn't.
Well, it's hard to tell from that angle, isn't it?
I would say no, it didn't.
Well, we'll wait and see what the
Well, on the
jury
basis
says.
of if you're not sure, give the benefit of the doubt to the lifter. I would certainly appeal
Yeah,
that if I was the coach.
Musienko's going for a walk to the table.
Meanwhile, Haranga attempts 160 again. This for the silver medal, whatever the outcome of the Ukrainian appeal. Oh, it's a great lift. And she gets 2 yellows as well. And Timmers, by the way, has gone to 190.
Yeah,
No.
as you'd expect.
Saharwika, well, as the Ukraine coach leaves, so
The
the
Norwegian coach
Norwegian
arrives.
coach arrives. Yeah.
Well, and sometimes as the coach, you want to go over to the jury to really get a clear clarification on what the infringement was, so you can make sure it's corrected in the next.
This is Saharwika in the overs.
Such a long way to travel the bar.
No, it's
And in
come
that
down,
case,
no.
it was just a bit too far back as she popped off the chest there.
Well, 2 lifts on 190 to finish the women's competition. Next out is Anki Timmers, 190. This will be a PB. Never been here before. Anki's come back after a break looking really refreshed.
Yeah, she's on fire today. I mean, it's the best we've seen her for quite some time.
And a new national record attempt as well. I think we kind of guessed Timmers was the record holder.
You'd imagine so.
There's Alan Haman, coach from Luxembourg, but in the orange of the Netherlands for this session. I think she's got a really good chance of this.
Yeah, she's hit
Based on the
185
last
a
two.
few times in the past year or so.
Oh,
I
that's
think she's got it. I
fantastic.
think she has
That
that.
is absolutely fantastic from
She
Timmers.
has 3 white lights.
3 white lights, yeah. Wow. One more, also 190, Soli Jonsdottir in the 84 plus. Remember, Soli is still a junior.
22 years of age.
This to create a 40 kilo gap in bench alone. Zaharwika had to settle for 150. If Jonsdottir can make
Well, she's
this
lifted this
190,
before. She did it
there
in
is a
Viborg.
40 kilo differential being created.
She did 190 in Viborg last year. Can she do it again? If she can get this on the board, she's going to be almost impossible to peg down. I say almost impossible because stranger things have happened in powerlifting.
We've been in this game too long to not say almost. Here we go.
Oh, it looks like an awkward touch though. How did she bring that back? I have no
so
idea.
Strong. Coach punches the air. She gets 2
Oh,
yellows.
2 yellows there. Let's wait and see. And I think it might be. She really struggled with the touch, and I think the butt did lift there. and about halfway through.
See, I would say did all the butt lift or just part of it.
Difficult with that angle, that one.
Yeah. But just to summarise, at the end of the bench press, Timmers with a new PB and Dutch national record takes gold with 190, 35 kilos ahead of Heranga, who is a further 5 kilos ahead of Rusenenko. And in the overs, Jon's daughter takes gold with 182.5. Saharwika from Ukraine, silver 150. Larson from Denmark, the bronze with 140 kilos. The clock ticks down below 9 minutes. Join us again for the deadlifts. And welcome back to Tisted in Denmark, where you can see on your screens we're about to start the deadlifts in the women's 76 and under and over 84 competitions. We start with the 76s in flight 1, and that is the state of play. Brocksterman and Elverum level on 380 at subtotal. Vic 7.5 kilos behind, but Elverum has much the higher deadlift opener.
Yeah, she certainly has. So it's going to be tough to beat. And of course, all of this put together and supported by our major sponsors, Rogue and SBD, who stand behind the competitions with equipment, with support, and they stand behind the athletes as well with the equipment and support as well. And that's what makes the big difference. Not just, you know, the money that goes into the sport, but the support they give the sport and helping it grow. I mean, the reason powerlifting is becoming so big is because of the support, and of course SBD also sponsoring World's Strongest Man as well.
Yes, indeed. And when I think back to our first televised event in 2015 in a school hall with a tiny little banner behind the platform, and look at where we are now, and that's no criticism of the organisers back then, just shows how much the sport has grown and developed. The filming has brought the sponsorship, and the sponsorship has brought bigger and better venues and competitions. And this is Amy Spencer, 160 kilos on the bar. Everyone still in the competition. Everyone who makes a deadlift makes a total. 3 wide lights to get it underway.
That solidifies a total for it, 477.5. Can she chase down the magic 500?
Well, she's got to take a couple of big jumps if she wants it.
I
Her
think she's
current PB is 492.5. She hurt herself by coming up well short of her PB on the bench, but of course that was set at the UK Arnold's, and that was a huge lift in front of thousands of screaming spectators.
Yeah, it can make a difference, you know, on home soil as well.
Now Katja Brocksterman, Germany 170. Remember, she was level with Elverum going into this, but the problem is she opens on 170.
Elverum opens on a massive
Elverum
230.
opens on 230, and that's the difference. That's the competition right there. Elverum slightly better squat, Brocksterman slightly better bench, and then comes to the deadlifts and pow.
It's a great skill to have in powerlifting. If you've got a great deadlift, if you're a great puller.
Now
it's
this
a
is
really good
Anna-Mia
skill.
Pretzmann, 182.5. Easy.
Yeah, well, that was well below what she's capable of, so a smart opening lift there. You can see the coach just trying to get the deadlift suit off.
Now Mastroianni, 185 kilos. She's not had the smoothest of competitions, so let's wish her 3 good deadlifts.
Yeah, well, hopefully we won't have any dramas or frights in the deadlift.
Yeah, she only got 1 squat in. She's fell foul of the elbow rule in the bench, but she's still here.
And makes short work of that.
Now Carmen Cagliula, what a fantastic bench she gave us.
Absolutely outstanding.
Gold medalist in bench and body weight. What can she do in deadlift? Well, she's got a great deadlifter there in her corner, Margot Silbaum. Dip and grip, and up it comes.
Yeah, it looks good.
3 wide lights. Now Frida Vick, Can't believe the first round is nearly over already.
I tell you, it is tough for these ladies though, isn't it? I mean, that is really fast.
Vic's having a great day. This will give her a total PB with her first deadlift. This puts her on 562.5, a 5 kilo improvement on her best ever total, with 2 deadlifts still to come.
Yeah, that's a really good improvement. I mean, if you look at her deadlift best at 2, she's done a 210 before, and that was several years ago though.
And she's been up in the 84s and come back down to the 76s.
Yeah, and that was in the 84s.
She's been in the 72s as well.
So this is putting her pretty much on par of where she was lifting in the 84s, down a weight class, which is absolutely amazing.
Now, Marta Elverum, I think it's fair to say she gets this and she's the European champion.
Well, if she gets this, it would take something absolutely incredible from Wick to chase her down, or Broxterman.
I'm getting old. She's 33. I remember her as a junior.
Yeah, you know, you know when you're getting old when you remember them all as sub-juniors and juniors.
Oh, wow.
Well, that looked pretty fantastic.
And I think that's a European title right there.
Yeah,
and
well,
the Norwegian anthem will play in about 45 minutes time.
that puts her about 40 kilos ahead on subtotals, barring something unforeseen and amazing. I'd imagine she'll be going home with it.
Well, not only is she that far ahead, but that looked really easy. And we know what Elverum can pull if she has to pull it.
Yeah, she has a great deadlift, and if she's in the position where she has to pull for a win, you can pretty much bet on her.
Don't bet against her for sure. Now, Amy Spencer, 170, within 5 kilos of her PB. And this will put her on 487. But if she wants 500, she'll have to go to 182 and a half for the third.
I think that bench has cost her just a couple of
Yeah,
kilos there
yeah.
that would have been very important. Just trying to get her belt in the right spot. And of course, you can adjust your belt on the platform. It's the only piece of equipment you can adjust on the platform.
Oh, that's good.
That is great. She might just have enough in the tank. You
Will
never
she
know.
have a Hail Mary in the third round? Nothing to lose. Now, this is Broxterman, 177.5. And I say she was leading Elverum on body weight coming into this, as you saw from the subtotal. But the fact is, she's second out and Elverum is last out. And therein lies the difference.
Yeah, and Elverum has that advantage, doesn't she?
And she could get silver overall. She could be off the podium. That's the battle we have to watch. She likes that. So do the referees.
Every time she deadlifts, her style or the way she deadlifts gives me a scare. She gets to that almost top point, then almost stops and then keeps going.
It's two-phase, isn't it? You wouldn't coach that, would you?
Every time she does it, it gives me a heart attack.
I've had a lifter that I had to coach out of doing that. Not because she was breaking the rules, but because some referees might think
It could
that
be
she was.
misconstrued, it's true.
Yeah. Now this is Pretzman, 192.5 to go to second place in deadlift.
Well, there was no
For the
mucking
time
around with
being,
that, was there?
no. Frida Vick, 195. To put another 5 kilos on her total PB. Still 7.5 kilos off the deadlift PB. looks really good as well.
Sure does. 3 whites.
They're all looking at each other in terms of who's going to finish second. And more of that as we get towards the third round. But this is Mastroianni. Dai. 195 on the bar.
Oh, she's getting to the edge of her limit
She
now.
is, isn't she? But 3 white lights.
Yeah.
She looks very happy with that. Now Carmen Calula. This will put her into second place in deadlift. Best of the rest behind Elverum, but more importantly, puts her into third place overall and enhances her chances of getting onto the podium. And the big advantage Calula will have, all other things being equal, is that she will lift after her rivals for silver.
Yeah, she has the opportunity to change her last deadlift if she needs to, so she can make sure she gets an opportunity to go after that silver medal.
This to go into third place overall.
Well,
that's
that was a
strong.
bit tough.
She likes it. Referees like it.
Well, she's put herself in the land of opportunity now. Now she has to convert it.
Finally, in the second round, Marta Elverum, the champion,
Yeah.
already on 6:10. This for 6:22.5.
That's a massive total.
Still nowhere near her total PB though.
And
The bench hasn't been as good as it. Her bench PB I think is 155. She only went to 135 today.
yeah, and nowhere near the world European record of 726. That is a huge, huge world record.
World and European record in this class is 261. Oh, it's a great lift from Elverum. 3 white lights. And at the end of the second round, we can just see where the subtotals are. We'll probably see the deadlift first.
And that world record total of 726 has been around for quite a while now. That was set back in... Oh no,
Right.
it was set in Birmingham this year actually.
So Vic is in 567.5. Well, there's the deadlifts. I'll show you them quickly. The really important one is the subtotals. And Vic is in 567.5. Calula is 10 kilos behind. Brocksterman is the same as Calula at a heavier body weight, and this is Amy Spencer going 177.5 for 495.
Yeah, that'll
This
give
will
her a
be a
couple
new
kilos.
total PB.
And she's going to work.
Yeah,
she gets
she's
it
locked
there.
it
She's
out.
got it. She should be good. She is. There's the 300 Brits you can hear in this. Oh, sorry, 3 Brits in stand you can hear.
Now this is Brocksterman. This is her last throw of the dice. She's gone up 7.5 kilos to 185. There's where we stand. Brocksterman 577.5 in fourth place in body weight. This puts her to 565. She's given up hope of the silver. This is the battle for bronze with Calula.
Yeah, has she done enough? Oh, that
yeah.
was tough,
She
wasn't
has
it?
locked it out. It's a good lift, 2 to 1.
That was one
Now,
tough
will
lift.
Kalula be tempted to go for the silver and lose the bronze in
Well,
the
the
process?
attempt change is going in.
Or will she try to get the bronze back? Next, it's Frida Vick, 200 kilos on the bar, and this will give her 5.72.
Well, the attempt change has gone in. We'll see if there's any more. Frida Wick is ranked number 2 overall. This will give her 5.72.5.
Yeah,
Is that enough to put the silver out of reach from Kretzmann?
well, yeah, it's Kalula, it's the worry, isn't it? No, Pretzman is...
Kretzmann's right there as well.
Yeah, she is.
Broxterman's right there as well.
Whatever she puts, she's the target. Oh, great lift. Well,
was
Vic has done
fantastic.
all she can.
All she can do now is wait and see if she's done enough.
Personal best for Reed with 15 kilos more.
No,
15 kilos improvement.
Mastroianni, 200 kilos.
Mastroianni, Italy.
This will put her into silver medal position in the deadlift. Lifters to follow. She's been here before, as you can see.
Mastroianni, Italy.
She's off her total PB because, of course, she's only got 1 squat and 1 bench.
And this is going to be a tough lift. The second lift, she was done to work pretty hard.
Some are going for bench medals, some are going for total medals. But it is really close.
And
No.
not today.
Now, Carmen Kalula.
Now, if Kayuya puts this lift in, Kretzmann then does the maths and says, well, I can now go for a Hail Mary.
Yep. So Kalula, if she gets this, she'll go to second in deadlift and bronze in total. She will
And if she misses this,
go
it opens the
ahead
door
of
for Kretzmann.
Broxterman on body weight into bronze medal position, but she's still open to Pretzman. So this for a position on the podium for now. Nothing is guaranteed, but if she doesn't make it, she is off the podium. Oh, that's a
I
great
think
lift.
she's got it there.
And she is on the podium, and the only person that can take it away is Annemia Pretzmann from Denmark, and she's making a 15 kilo jump from 192.5 to 207.5, 7.5 kilos more than she's ever lifted before. But if she makes it, the reward will be a podium place at her home championship.
We're looking for a total of 567.5 to put her just 2.5 kilos ahead.
It's going, it's going,
I think
it's
it's
going.
there.
Oh, I
Good.
think she's pulled it. What do the referees say? It's a good lift. 3 white lights. And out of nowhere, Pretzmann takes overall bronze. What a pull. 7.5 kilos more than she's ever done before to take the bronze medal on home soil. Now Marta Elverum, 250 kilos.
Yeah, Marta
She is the
Elverum,
champion.
European champion. Well, not the first time.
I think we had her as the champion as soon as she got her first bench press, really.
Yeah, she has been unstoppable all day today.
And if she gets it, she'll start smiling before she even locks out.
Yeah, she knew it.
There we go. She could hold it all day if she needed to. And it's 3 white lights. Marta Elverum from Norway is the European champion in the 76 kilo class. What a competition.
Well, you know, it's only going to heat up. Don't go away. You've got about 15 seconds to get your chips and drinks because the 84s and
Can
the
I
84
just
pluses.
interrupt you to summarize while this is on the screen? In deadlift, Elverum takes gold. Pretzman takes silver, and Kajula takes bronze, and the champion is Elverum with 630. Fridavik from Sweden, silver medalist, 572.5, only 5 kilos behind. And Amea Pretzman from Denmark takes the bronze, and there are 2 lifters, both only 2.5 kilos behind her.
There was nothing
What
in it
a
today.
competition. From 2nd to 5th, you could almost throw a blanket over them.
At the end of the day, it came down to those missed lifts, those extra couple of kilos you couldn't get on the board.
Now Lisa Fredriksson, and isn't it nice to see medals being decided by lifters making lifts rather than lifters missing lifts?
It's all about getting them on.
Oh, that's great from Fredriksson.
Yeah, that was a fantastic opener.
Now Christy Saveta. And after all that excitement and all that drama, we've just got to take it down a little bit and wait for it to build all over again, because remember, there are 2 titles at stake in this flight. We have the under 84s and the over 84s.
And in the under 84s, there is nothing separating the top 3.
Now any one of them could take the title. One of them could miss a lift. One of them could make a big jump, as we saw Pretzman do, and everything changes. Saveta, 175. And everyone is still in the competition in this flight as well. Every time someone makes a deadlift, they make a total.
180 for 2 lifters and rovers. Cont, Powerlifting, Sofia Cont, Sweden.
Well, I'd like to hope Sophia's not going to give us a scare again.
She wouldn't dare, would she? And the commentators breathe a sigh of relief. I'm not sure about anyone else. How she's still in the competition, I don't know, but she is.
Saved her neck.
And the competition is all the better for her being in it. Now we move to the over 84s, and it's Soli Jonsdottir. And she is opening on less than she bench pressed. I used to do that.
Look at the deadlifts lined up. 180, 195, 190, 200, 210, 217 and a half.
And that's just openers. Wow. Well, that was just to make a total, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's put that on the board. It's solidified now.
Been so impressed with her today. She's just lifting so maturely. Just all that strength has now been properly harnessed. Now Emily Larsson, also in the overs, 190 kilos on the bar. And you were half thinking maybe she was holding back slightly for a real run at the deadlift gold medal.
Well, she has an opportunity. She has a great deadlift. She's fresh at the moment. You know, why not just hold back a little bit and go for gold where I can.
Get one in, make a total. And she's done that, and she's got 2 more to do something with.
Yeah, I mean, she's
3 wide lights.
I mean, She's pushed close to 230 in the past, I think, so
92.5
she could quite easily take the deadlift gold.
Now, Arnesen from Norway, well below her PB. Now remember, she set a World Masters 2 squat record. She needs to make a total to ratify that record, and this opener will make that total.
Oh, she gets one red light there.
Yeah, she always has that as her finishing position, and some referees don't like it. Sahariko, she's taking 195. And she approaches the bar with a big smile on her face, which suggests she may not be quite at her limit with her opener. Great lift. Now, Anki Timmers in the under 84s, 4 lifts to go in the first round. Hard to believe we're so close to the end of women's competition.
Just absolutely flying by these rounds.
Not just the rounds, but the whole weekend, I think, because everything has been so good. So Anki Timmers, 200 kilos on the bar, way, way below her PB. Don't rule her out from the title yet, because she could get this one, then make a big jump. Oh, it was nice and easy.
Yeah, that's making it look very easy.
And you know Alan Haman is going to get the numbers just right, don't you? Now, Daria Rusanenko, 200 kilos. And this will ratify her world record in the squat.
Yeah, look, and that's the whole thing. I mean, you can't put a world record on if you don't get a lift in everything. So this is really important. And it's really important not to open too high on this opening deadlift and absolutely blow your chance of
Especially
keeping
when
that
there's
record.
a world record at stake, yeah.
And she's certainly not going to make that mistake. Unfortunately, I've seen it time and time again.
Yeah. Anna Sørli Heranger, Norway, last but one out. And surprise, surprise, the last out will be Jane Oberg.
That's she has a huge deadlift, doesn't she?
Certainly has.
And particularly huge for a body weight as well.
This is for 625. And that puts her within 1 kilo of the lead at subtotal. And one more. Now Jane will not contend for the overall podium. She will contend for deadlift gold.
Yep.
Her PB 240 kilos.
Yep, she's looked at the numbers. I can't contend for a podium overall, but I can show them all how to deadlift. And she has the perfect lever arms for deadlift, doesn't she?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Snaps open the belt at the end and says that's how it's done.
3 white lights. Into the second round now. If we can see the subtotals before the second round starts, we can see that Oberg leads from Heranger and Rusanenko in deadlift, but more importantly in total, Rusanenko has 626, Heranger has 625. Timmers has 617.5 and plenty in the tank. This is going to go right to the penultimate deadlift because Aalborg will probably have the last, but this will go right to the one before that. This is Lisa Frederiksen, Denmark, a 15 kilo jump to 175 kilos. She makes it look easy. Now Kristi Saveta, 187.5. Already smashed her PB total. This is to take it to 547.5.
That's a great outcome in a European.
And hopefully she'll hit the magic 550 before this is over. Oh, it's a good deadlift.
Yeah, she'll PB her total as well, I think.
Interestingly, in going for a deadlift PB, she might miss another total PB. Something for them to consider. This is Sophia Camland. No scares in deadlift. Got her
No, it's
opener in.
a nice change. And she's opted not to lift with a deadlift suit. Looks solid.
Yeah, 190. Gets 3 white lights. And now Heidi, 200 kilos. World Masters 2 record is 210. World Masters 2 total is 635. Think she's a bit away from the total.
Yeah, she's a little bit off the total, but she's, well, the problem with the record is she'd have to do 212.5, wouldn't she?
Yeah. But if this moves easily, but then she's in contention. Is she in contention for the podium?
Well,
Probably
that's what you've
not.
got to ask yourself. Are
Probably
you close
not.
enough?
Bear in mind, Timmers will go way further with her second round.
Well, that moved well, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. She might try it, you know. Not a lot to
Look, if
lose.
you're not risking anything.
But she'd have to go to 12.5.
12.5 kilo jump.
I think she might. I think on the why not principle, she might.
Well, if you've got nothing to lose and there's a 40-50% probability, and she's decided just to put in 207.5 at the moment. Remember, we can change those.
Now the hugely impressive Sole Jonsdottir has gone up to 200 kilos. This would give her 652.
Yeah, and I think that puts her out of reach.
I think so.
I think this one pretty much closes it off.
Fabulous. I mean, she's winning the Open as a junior. What's she going to do in 3 or 4 years' time when she's
Well, you look
a
at
full
you look at
senior?
the total records and you look at those numbers up there and you think, give her another couple of years, and they are going to fall.
No, Amelie Larson. This two take the lead in deadlift in the 84 plus. But then Sahar Wita can take it away from her with the very next lift.
Yeah,
It's really close in both the classes.
she can, and I think Larson's got a bit more up her sleeve. She's lifted well above this, and recently. And she's even lifted well above her listed personal best as well.
That's good. I'm not sure how much more is there, but that's 3 white lights.
Has she got enough?
Well, she's
to
limping.
take the gold?
She's limping as she goes off, or as she just tweaked her rib with how tight the belt was. Now Anki Timmers. Anki's only gone up to 207.5. Her PB is 232.5. Now, are they playing games and going to throw in a big third? Because she's still got a chance of the title here. This puts her in 625, only 1 kilo behind the leader, who has not taken her second round attempt yet. That looked very convincing as well.
It did.
Well, Anki's got the podium, but it all comes down to deciding what she wants to go for now. And this is Sahorwiko in the over 84s, 207.5 kilos. She was in the lead after one round. She went down to second, she went down to third, and this is to go back to first. That's how closely matched they are in deadlift.
Everywhere.
But as we said, I think Jon's daughter is too far ahead in total now to be caught. That's a great lift.
Sure is. Well, it's going to be between her and Larson to pull for the gold medal in the deadlifts.
And now we have Rusinenko. She's upped hers by 15 kilos.
Yeah,
remember, she's still a junior. This is within 2.5 kilos of her PB. I still can't believe I'm seeing her in the under 84s. I'm sorry for being repetitive.
She has been across so many body weight classes, and now in the under 84s.
And still a junior. Oh, she's having to really work. She's locked it out.
What the referees say?
Do they like it?
No.
Two of them said downward movement. Or either downward movement or resting on the thighs.
Has she opened
yeah,
the door for Timmers now?
Movement. Well, the question is
that the only opportunity Timmers needed? We talk
this
about
is Haranga.
Don't
forget Haranga. This is to go to 632.5, and she does it. 3 white lights, and Haranga is now in the lead. Rusinenko is in second place. Timmers a kilo behind in third place. And one more lift, and it's Jane Oberg. 227.5. Outside the overall podium, but as you said, showing everyone how to deadlift.
She certainly is that.
The question is, can Rusinenko do that third time, or has she used everything
that
up?
looked tough, and as I said, I mean, was that the opportunity Timmers needs to push through and take this?
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. That. How easy was that?
There's a deadlift lesson for you.
And she's not even celebrating.
So Rusinenko has put in the 215 again. That'll take her to 641. Timmers is still within striking range.
And
Haranga has put in 227
well,
and a half.
Here we have it on the screen, Guy. As you can see, Haranger's in 632.5, Rusinenko 626, Timmer 625.
They're all going to have to fight it out in that last lift. That's what it's going to come down to.
We're just going to have to call it one at a time. The last lift will be Oberg, but the 3 lifts before that are going to be sensational.
Rusinenko's going to have to find something special.
That looks good from Fredriksson. Sorry, we sometimes talk over the first lifter of a round because we're analysing what's happened in the round before. No disrespect intended. And this is Sofia Kamlund from Sweden taking 192.5.
Well, it'd be a nice way to finish, to go 3 from 3 after the run she had on squats and bench.
She seemed pretty much in her limit at 190. Can she just find an extra 2.5 kilos to finish off her competition? Maybe the relief is that she totaled.
Not today, though.
No, we kind of thought she was on her limit with the last one. Christy Savetta, 195. This will equal her deadlift PB and give her a total PB of 555. So expect a huge celebration if she gets this. Her current PB 552.5.
Yeah, just remember the British team is sitting right behind you here.
I'll give them the microphone. Huge celebration if she gets this.
Squeeze it through. Has she got it there?
Oh,
did she
I'm
bobble?
not sure.
There was a bobble at the top, I think.
We wait for the referees.
Waiting for the side referee.
No,
And it's a no
we
lift,
were worried.
unfortunately.
Just watch it again. There's
There's
where
a
it
little
went
bobble.
down. It was just fractional. Coach is going to the jury, but I think the only thing he's going to get is some exercise. Now, Heidi Hiller Arneson. This is for an M2 world total record. She's put another 7.5 kilos on. This is for 607.5. The world total record is 605, and I think it's her record. And she smashed it. She likes it. And
It's a
it's
good lift.
2-1. The referee on the far side does not like her finishing position. Other two, it's absolutely fine. And it looks much better in replay. Now, Solion's daughter.
Well,
This would give her silver medal in deadlift up from bronze. She doesn't care about
she's
that.
the
She came here
European
to be
champion.
the European champion, and she pretty much is.
This will give her a 660 total. Not her best ever total, but still an absolutely huge total.
No, and she's done what she's had to do to win today. And that's as much down to the coach as the lifter, I suspect. You know, don't give it all when you get other comps coming up. And
Yeah, you've got to plan out your year.
it looks good. She had to work. First time today I've had to see her
that's the most work
really,
she's
really
done.
work. And she must be fatigued as well at the end of this. But it's 3 white lights for Jon's daughter. Now Larson will move from 3rd to 1st place in deadlift if she makes this.
Yeah, she's made the decision that this is as much as I'm going to be able to pull today. And then it is up to everyone else.
And even if she doesn't get the gold, if she makes this, she guarantees silver in the deadlift and bronze overall.
I think she's good.
No,
No.
I wasn't sure the right-hand side
Just
was
didn't
locked
lock.
out. She got a red and a blue. Just watch the right side. Does it lock out? You can't really see from this angle.
Yeah, it looks a little bit soft, doesn't it?
Now, Anki Timmers. This is to move into gold medal position overall. Forget deadlifts. This is about the title. Timmers is taking 215 kilos. This will put her to 6'3", 2.5, level with Haranga at a lighter body weight.
Yeah, look, this is the decision of, okay, this is what I think I can pull. This will put me up into the gold, and then it's up to you guys to beat me then. All you can do is as much as you can. But she is strong today.
This to move into the lead, but Rusinenko and Haranga can both come back at her.
Rusinenko had a really tough run on that second deadlift though.
Yeah, if it was me, I'd have put another 5 kilos on, but she goes into
Let's
the
wait
lead.
and see, is it enough?
She sets the target. She is the target that the others will fire at. And next, it's Rusinenko. Now, Timmers is in 6'3", 2.5. Her race is run. Rusinenko can't drop because she took 2:15 last time. This will put her on 6'4", 1. Haranga has a holding deadlift of 227.5.
And is it a risk putting that in there though, and forcing you to pull more than you probably could?
Well, this to go into the lead, but she didn't make it last time. Can she make it this time? It's looking better. It's
not going to go though, I don't think.
No,
I don't think she was able to lock it out.
no. And we wait for the referee's confirmation that is a no lift for Rusinenko, and we now have an attempt change because Haranga only needs 6'3", 5 to beat Timmers, and she's dropped it to 220. So the next lifter up is Saharwita in the 84 plus, and she's taking 217.5 kilos.
Well,
she is the gold medalist in deadlift. She's second overall. This lift can't change anything, but it will give her a new total personal best. PB is 627.5. This will give her 632.5. It's moving. Oh, I think it's come
I don't think
down.
it's happening.
No,
it hasn't.
just too much. Brave attempt. Now the final deadlift in terms of the overall gold medal. There is Åberg to follow, of course, but this is Anna Sørli Haranga from Norway, and this is to be the champion.
It's only 2.5 kilos more than a second lift. She's only had to push an extra 2.5. She's only doing the minimum she has to do.
And listen to the Norwegians. And
Has
Heidi is back in the audience, having finished her lift, shouting on Anna. This is for double Norwegian gold in this session. She pulled it. She celebrates. It's 3 white lights. And Haranga is the European champion in the under 84s. And there is one more lift in this wonderful women's competition this week. And Jane Åberg is going for a new open deadlift world record. A massive 252 kilos.
Well, we said today's was anyone's, and it just turned around to be anyone's, wasn't it?
Well, it was 240 a moment ago, and suddenly it changed to 252. World Open record 251.5. Can she possibly pull this, or is this beyond even her? Well, the bar's loaded. She looks so fired up.
I haven't seen
She's
this
normally
fired up
so
ever.
calm.
Wouldn't it be a great way to finish this day for her
Oh.
with a world record?
And for us, been such a fabulous session.
Her deadlift is outstanding.
Here we
Her
go.
second looked great. Has she got enough left? It's
It's
moving
moving.
well.
It's to the
It's
knees.
still moving.
She's still pulling. She's
Can
still
she squeeze-
pulling.
Oh,
but
knock
no.
right there.
Oh, that was so close. What a marvelous attempt.
Almost pulled that record. It was a centimetre away from locking out.
Wow. Gary Williams, what a fantastic session we've had here on the first of two sessions
Well,
on the final day.
We said the 84, under 84s was up for grabs, and it really was. I mean, Rusinenko came into it, everyone thinking she was the favourite, couldn't get that last deadlift in, and opened the door, and it just turned the whole thing around, didn't it?
And you wonder if Timmers had taken 5 kilos more, but then maybe
Yeah, did she undercut? It's hard. I mean,
it's
hindsight
a
is
hard
20/20,
call.
isn't
It's
it?
a hard call.
You've got to put on what you think you can do, and you hope that it's enough at the end. And of course, there's our overall rankings at the end of it: the under 84s and the 84 pluses.
Yeah, under 84s. Surly Haranga is the champion, 635.
What a finish!
Timmers silver was 632.5. The figures just don't tell the story, do they?
Not at all.
Rusinenko third with a world record
With a world
squat
record.
and a total of 626.5. Heidi Hill Arneson fourth overall at the age of 53. Phenomenal performance from her. And then in the over 84s, Soli Jonsdottir from Iceland with a fabulous 660 is the champion. Zahar Wiko from Ukraine, fabulous performance, 622.5 in the end, is the silver medalist, and a very worthy silver medalist. Amelie Larsen from Denmark performed well, and on another day that might have been good enough for a medal, a higher medal rather, but on today she had to settle for third place. Any final thoughts on that before we wind up and get ready for the victory ceremony?
Well, look, it was outstanding. It would have been great to see another world record finish, but it was right there, another centimetre, and she will go home knowing that in the next competition she can probably take that world record deadlift, I think.
And she and Heidi both proved that as you get older, sometimes you get better.
You keep getting better deadlifts.
Well, hope you enjoyed that wherever in the world you were watching. The next session is the final session. It's the men's under and over 120s in two back-to-back groups. The first group will be 8 lifters in the under 120s. The second group will be 7 lifters in the 120 plus. Sometimes we only get 2 or 3 in the 120
Yeah,
plus.
well, it
we got a
promises
full
to be
field of
exciting.
7. Promises to be fantastic. Please stay with us for the medal ceremony and then rejoin us at 1500 hours local time here in Denmark for the final session of this wonderful European
You don't want to miss that one.
Powerlifting Championships.
victory ceremony of 76, 84, 94 plus kilo categories. Ladies open. And the medals will be given by Mr. Klaus Broström, the president of the Danish Powerlifting Federation. Ladies open. Then Nuclear President Mr. Arnold Broström from Norway. And Nuclear President Mr. Custom Paras from Luxembourg. First we give the participation medals from every lifter as a memory and thank you for being here today, here in Thisted, Denmark. Then we have the squat medals for 76 kilo category. Bronze medal in squat goes to Frida Wiik, Sweden. 217.5 kilos best lift. Silver medal goes to Katja Proxterman from Germany. 230 kilos best lift. And the gold medal in squat goes to Marte Elverum from Norway. 245 kilos best lift. Thank you, ladies. And we do the bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Frida Wiik from Sweden. 155 kilos best lift. Silver medal goes to Annemia Pretsman from Denmark. 160 kilos best lift. And the bench press gold medal goes to Carmen Kaljula from Estonia. Also with 60 kilos best lift from larger and bodyweight Annemia Pretsman. Thank you, ladies. Then we have the deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Carmen Kaljula from Estonia. 205 kilos best lift. Silver medal goes to Annemia Pretsman from Denmark. And the deadlift gold medal goes to Marte Elverum from Norway. 250 kilos best lift. medals in total. Bronze medalist is Annemia Bersman from Denmark. A total of 567.5 kilos. Silver medalist is Frida V from Sweden. A total of 572.5 kilos. And the gold medalist, European champion is Marte Elverum, Norway, at 630 kilos total. Please stand up for the national anthem of Norway. Then we have 84 kilogram category, squat medals. Bronze medal goes to Heidi Hille Arnesen from Norway with new Master 2 world record inside 252.5 kilos. Silver medal goes to Anna Sorli Heranger from Norway with 260 kilos. And the squat gold medal goes to Daria Rusanenko from Ukraine, 276 kilos. Thank you, ladies. Then we have the bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Daria Rusanenko from Ukraine. 150 kilos. Silver medal goes to Anna Sörli Heranger, Norway, 155 kilos. And the bench press gold medal goes to Anki Timmers from Netherlands. A big 190 kilos best weight, which was also Dutch record. Thank you, ladies. Deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Anki Timmers, Netherlands. With 215 kilos best weight. Silver medal goes to Anna Sörli Heranger, Norway. 220 kilos best weight. And deadlift gold medal goes to Jane Nabre from Denmark. 227.5 kilos best weight. Thank you, ladies. Medals in total. total of 626 kilos. Silver medalist is Anki Timmers from Netherlands at 632.5 kilos total. And the gold medalist, European champion, is Anna Shirley Herola from Norway. The total is 635 kilos. Please stand up for the national anthem of Norway. Then we have 84 plus kilogram category.
It's not finished, 84 plus.
We want to put medals there too. Okay, bronze medal in squat goes to Amalie Larsson from Denmark. 222.5 kilos. Silver medal goes to Valentina Zahorinko from Ukraine. 265 kilos. And the gold medal in squat goes to Solveig Jonsdottir from Iceland. 270 kilos. Thank you, ladies. And we have the bronze medals. Bronze medal goes to Amalie Larsson, Denmark. 140 kilos, person. Silver medal goes to Valentina Zahorinko, Ukraine. 150 kilos, person. And the gold medal in bench press goes to Solveig Jonsdottir from Iceland. 182.5 kilos, person. Thank you, ladies. Then deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Amalie Larsson from Denmark. 25 kilos, person. Silver medal goes to Solveig Jonsdottir from Iceland. 207.5 kilos, person. And the deadlift gold medal goes to Valentina Zahorinko, Ukraine. Also, we have 7.5 kilos, person. Right-hand warrior from Jonsdottir. Thank you, ladies. Then we have medals in total. Bronze medalist is 60%